Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. The Australian dollar continues to struggle to gain any bullish recovery since the market plummeted previously on Tuesday. And from there, they're still looking for a further down test, given the fact that there is somewhat weaker play in today's price action and looks towards the key point, which I'm still calling at 64.5. Now, from this region, I do anticipate a bullish rejection, like previously seen back in March, April time, and saw a very strong trend returning. Therefore, history could repeat itself, and that is see a bounce from 64.5 and look back towards 66 to 68 cents. Let's see how the market plays into today and see if the bulls do defend this region. And if so, the immediate target should see from the bounce is around 65.5 to 66 cents. In economic data, meanwhile, China's inflation data came in mixed somewhat early Wednesday following the headlines of the consumer price index, which slid into negative territory for 2.3% year on year versus a negative 0.4%. Therefore, looking at the PPI, also improved slightly but still in negative territory from 4.4% to a negative 4.1 forecast. Still to come though is the US CPI data, which could ignite more volatility. Now, depending on the data, if the market is somewhat seeing a figure coming out lower than anticipated, could pressure the US dollar and move it from 102 area back to 101. But I feel that if we see a slightly higher number, then that could reignite the dollar interest and see the Australian dollar weigh and therefore look towards 103 to the index. Looking at the euro, the market is somewhat a little bit mixed, as you can see here. Still, the technicals are slightly gaining and looking up towards that topside target around 109.85. I feel beyond there, the market will struggle and see a cap around 110.45.55 and maybe even see a rejection from that level and look back towards the bottom side of the range. That is around 107.75 to 85. Looking at the dollar yen, the market is still somewhat strong and now looking at the key level of 143.80. A close above there would give further scope and maybe up towards 145 as initial target. So keep an eye on there. Towards this top side level around 145, there has been some talk that the Bank of Japan could intervene and strengthen or attempt to ignite the strength in dollar yen. That would see a move back towards the bottom side of the range. There is a bit of divergence here, so really looking at the key level of 143.80, the market is going to be very volatile above here and maybe even see a pullback eventually to that bottom side around 142 to around 140. Looking at sterling, the market is still struggling to clear the key level around 127.80, 128.20. Looking at the current pattern here, there is a bit of bullish divergence, so I still feel there could be a break above that top side there, clearing 128.20. I look for 130 as an objective. Moving on to gold, the market has now reached its objective of 1,915, and as it weighs on this level, can we see a break? Well, a close beneath there would expose the next target, which is around 1,850. In light of the technicals, a strength to support a bearish trend could see further losses and a stronger dollar into today's session. No holding back the bulls when it comes to oil, as the market surges higher on Wednesday and books its highest levels since November 2022. In light of the pattern, with the objective reached at 83.5, I now view as a neutral stance at this level here. However, for those wishing to trade, we're looking at beyond the level of 83.5. The market could find a rally on towards $88 a barrel, but I don't have that view. But nevertheless, for those wishing to trade, the market could find much volatility now as we're heading into territory last seen in November. Like I mentioned, I'm neutral, but with divergence here, could see a snap to the downside back to $80 a barrel. So I'd rather sit out just for the moment and see how the price unfolds into today. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, look out for the interest report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.